So I'm back down in the office because I couldn't take it upstairs anymore. I needed space. I needed my altar. I needed all of the things. So here we are back in the office. I have my big warm blanket. If I start to get too cold, I can put that on, and it's a heated rope thing. So that's nice. Um, I was feeling very overstimulated today. Very overstimulated. There was a lot going on. Um, I woke up to the news that there was a freeze on federal funding, which affects me, being that I'm in school full time. And I just kind of freaked out. I was supposed to have breakfast with a friend, and I was like, no, can't do it today. So now I'm sitting here waiting for 5 o'clock on pins and needles, and I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. And I know, I mean, I have been on the forefront, right? I have been here and saying, this is crazy. We can't do this. I, I voted for her. I pushed my kids to vote for her. I laid things out. I was talking to people, all the things. I wore my stickers, did, all the things, that I could do from here in my little world. I talked to clients and friends and everything. Um, and then, well, we know what happened. And although there are reports that there are some anomalies, imagine that. I'm not sure what can even be done at this point with that information. I don't know that that information really means anything at this point, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, so I know that there's a poem uh from the 1940s about all of this stuff. But I did stand up. And now I'm part of the FO. But I did not FA. And I know that the people who did FA and are now in the FO slot, um, I know it's taking a long time for them to really get it. Some of them are getting it, but not all of them. More of them are going to get it. I'm so angry. And I'm trying to really seal myself off from that. Not because I don't want to feel my feelings. Feeling your feelings is very necessary. Feeling your feelings is important. As Saw says, you got to feel it. You got to let it come through and then move it out of your body. So, by having this little conversation, by putting this out there in the ether, I am letting it go. I am moving it through my body at this moment. Um, and I'm doing it this way instead of doing my own private practice of the Saw method, because my spirit just feels like there are so many people that are feeling this way. And I have the tiniest of platforms, but maybe this shows up on somebody's page, or they scroll through and they see it, and this helps them. And that's my only hope. My only hope is that by me sharing this and allowing myself to feel my feelings and being honest and open about it, that maybe somebody sees it and says, oh, it's not just me. Which I have a lot of those moments right now. And I just went to do a live on TikTok and on my computer, and it was like, yeah, you can't do that. We need to know where you are. And I can't update from my phone, so I don't know how that's going to go. And there's just so many things that are falling apart, and I sit back and I'm just wondering, like, what are we doing? How did we get here? How did we get here where so many of us are suffering? Now listen, I am suffering like way less. Like, I am I'm at the top of the food chain as compared to some people. Um, but still, it upsets me. It upsets me to see my friends. It upsets me to see my kids. It upsets me to see people randomly. It upsets me. And I can't figure out how we got here. And I do understand to a certain degree that we as a public, have not been doing our job of exercising our rights in a free and fair democracy. That we have allowed redlining and gerrymandering to get to a place where people get stuck. Our congressmen and women, our electoral votes, even some of our state senators and state representatives. And we need to knock that out. And we need to knock it off because this is a big part of the problem. I mean, I would love for Willow to pop in and be like, hey, girl, I'm going to send you back to the other timeline where Al Gore won and everything was great. I'm going to do that. But you know what? I don't even think Willow right now knows what the fuck is going on. So here we are. And I know some people talk to Chat GPT. I'm a little terrified, I'm going to be honest, but I think I'm going to start doing that because I need somebody to tap in a place, because even though I get my own information and I am very spiritual, and I am understanding, I feel like there's a piece that I'm missing, and that's where I need to kind of go to. I remember one time that my ex and I were talking, and we were talking about like spooky stuff and spiritual stuff because that's what we did together. And he was talking about, the God hat where you put on the thing and all the blinders and everything. And I was like, oh, you should do that. He's like, no, 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 thank you. Well, I was like, I would do it. He goes, I don't know why you would do it. You are the God hat. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. It's a really good point. Um, but sometimes even God hats get muddled down in this earthly realm, which is why I didn't want to come back to this planet per se. I gotta tell you, I was not on board with this. 98% sure that I got dragged back because of him. Sidebar, twin flames, not fun, so everybody needs to cut that shit out too. And I already told him we're not doing this again. And he tried to fight me on it, and I was like, we're not doing this again. And I don't really know how he feels about that at this moment. He might be trying to figure out how to supersede my edict. But I don't think that's gonna work this time. Um, so yeah. I need humanity to figure it out. I've been doing this a long, long time. We have been doing this a long, long time, and not a whole lot seems to have changed. So here we are. Here we are trying to figure this out. I'm gonna tell you, I am exhausted because y'all never figure it out, and I don't know why. There have been so many bodhisattvas that have come through and told y'all what to do. There have been angels placed on earth. There have been demigods placed on earth in order to show you all of these things, and still it gets bastardized into this muddled craziness that we're all living in right now. And this isn't new. I think that's the other thing. This isn't new. You know, because the Spanish Inquisition would like a word. The Salem witch trials would like a word. The Vikings would like a word. You know, Genghis Khan. In this lifetime, I'm a direct descendant. Would like a word. Like this is not. You know, this isn't it. This isn't it. So That's it. I had to get this out of my system. I had to move this out of my system. I hope that this helps somebody. I know that I went on a bit of a tangent, um, but I'm going to say that it is going to work out. It always does. Some of us uh, might not get what we want, but it's going to be what it is. So feel the feels, breathe, take the chances, and hold on as best you can.